Well, things are not looking very good for mainstream comics, notably DC Comics. Some really interesting stuff that I want to go over with you guys because this is really telling for what's going on with that company. Also going to talk about IDW, who lost officially the G.I. Joe and Transformers license. They're going to lose it at the end of this year. Now, I've talked about IDW a little bit. Here's the thing with IDW. They pretty much just buy a license to something and then they make comic books on it. That's their whole shtick, basically. And because they've been lazy with this, they don't really have too many original IP. And that's going to come back to bite them in the ass. Now, I've talked about IDW quite a bit because they're good to talk about when it comes to the health of the comic book industry. Because look where they were 5 years ago. That stock was at $50.99. Now, today, it sits at $2.34. That's terrible. That's over 5 years. Okay? Look how bad it got just in, we can go to 2019 is where they really took a plunge, going from $30 all the way down to about $9, basically. That's terrible. And then now, of course, they're at $2.41. A few days ago, they were around $5, but now they're at $2.20 because they lost that license. So that's another blow for American comic books. But I really want to get into this. So this whole article is basically talking about a video that Comics by Perch, I believe, is the name of his channel. And it's a pretty good channel, actually. He does a lot of really in-depth comic book topics. And he did a video talking about how terrifying DC Comics numbers are. Basically, if you don't look at Batman, their entire lineup is Batman. And we're going to talk about Superman, too, because I want to dunk on that book. But I do want to show you this. So here are the top 50 comics for December 2021. And as you can see, Marvel Comics dominating the list. And DC Comics is in there, too. Oh, look. They're the number one comic book. But what is it? It's Batman. Let's go down here again. Number 13 from DC Comics, Batman. Number 15, Batman. Number 17, Dark Knights of Steel. It's got Dark Knights in it. I don't think that's actually a full Batman book, but it still has Dark Knights in it. Number 18, Batgirls. Oh, number 13, Batman again. Go down here. Oh, 24, Batman Dark Knight. 25, Batman 89. Joker at 28. Nightwing at 30. Batman Catwoman at 33. And then we come down again. Nightwing at 37. 38. Detective Comics, 39. Joker. Oh, finally at number 40. Wonder Woman. 42. Robin and Batman. Come down again. 48. Justice League. Has Batman in it. Though I guess you can give that one slightly a pass. But look at that. Now that's the really interesting thing here. And this is what was really interesting about what Perch was saying in his video. Every book on here other than 2 is a Batman book. And this is the top 50 comics. No Superman. No Green Lantern. No Flash. All Batman. And here's another interesting fact. Back when we used to have straight up numbers, because, Marvel and DC Comics, they don't go through Diamond anymore, so we can't even really accurately say what the numbers are for these books. But we can guess. It used to be like maybe up through the top 20, you would have books in the 100,000 range. And then after that, it was a steep drop off. So we would get down here to, Robin and Batman at 42, right? This book would probably be a 30,000 unit book. Once you drop below 50, it's going to get even worse. And I'm being generous with these numbers, by the way. So underneath 50, and beyond, we're probably sitting at books that are in the 12,000 to 25,000 shipped range. And that's being generous. That's pathetic. So the only books that sell at DC Comics, aka Dead Company, are Batman. This is why this whole we're going to kill the Justice League thing they're doing is laughable, because Batman's not going anywhere. Batman's the only thing keeping this company afloat. And they can't kill him off. So in the main universe, he'll be dead, but he's still going to have all of these other comics running around. He's not going anywhere. This is really bad. So if Batman, if that brand gets damaged and people stop reading him, DC Comics is done, because it's the only thing that's selling. And this is official numbers. I'm not making this up. Every comic on here is Batman for DC, except for Wonder Woman and Justice League, and that's at the bottom. That's horrible. And now we can dunk on Superman. This book got so much press. Every outlet was covering it. Every big mainstream entertainment website had articles on how great it was that Superman was coming out of the closet. Not Clark Kent, Kal-El Superman, his son John Kent. He's coming out. He's got his K-pop pink-haired boyfriend here who has a power that can make himself intangible, so he can never be put in a fridge. They can never make him something that John needs to, like, John, okay, his boyfriend's kidnapped. I'm going to go rescue him. That'll never be a plot point because he can't be hurt. So this book had everybody talk. Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, Daily Mail, everybody was talking about this. And it rose. People had to get it. It went from number 6 in November to not even being on that list. Superman, Son of Kal went from number 6 in November to not even appearing in the top 50 in December. That's a drop of thousands of readers. And that's true. That's 100% true. People dropped the book big time. All of that hype. This is why that doesn't work. These pandering moves to try to get Twitter talking about your book, to get all of these old legacy medias to cover your shit. This is the result. This is what you get. You get a book that appears in the top 50 at number 6 one time, because speculators will go by got to have this one, and then they're gone. And the book drops off the list. And I'd like to note, it's not even just Son of Kal-El that's not on the list. Action Comics isn't on the list either. And from what I hear, the Action Comics book is actually pretty good. I haven't been reading it, but I hear it's actually good. It's Superman, the real Superman, on War World, trying to unchain all of the slaves there. I hear it's a good book. I haven't read it. I'm just being honest. I haven't read it. I have 2 of the issues. I haven't read them. And I hear it's good. Not even on the list. You can't even get good Superman comic on that top 50 list. So I just want to be fair. But my point here is that all of that mainstream coverage, and nobody is buying it. Nobody. That's pretty sad and pathetic. Young Ripa calls DC Comics Dead Company. I think that he's chosen a very accurate name for DC. They're done. As soon as Batman stops selling, it's over for them. Marvel looks like they're going to be just fine. But Dead Comics, I think that's a wrap once Batman's done. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Because this could have been... the comics are booming. If you look at manga and independent publishers. But mainstream comics, I don't know. This is a joke. So let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.
Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.